Oh, Disney have thrown in the towel. They've stopped the theatrical run for the Marvels. They've ended it, the box office run, with a phenomenal loss for the MCU. So this is an admission of failure by Disney and Marvel. They know there's absolutely no point keeping it in theatres any longer, so they've canned it. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I think, personally. Hope you're all having a great Monday. We're going to dive into this today. Hit subscribe if you're new here. And if you're a returning subscriber, try and turn those bell notifications on, please, guys. I know, YouTube's a bit of a biatch with stuff like that, but it'd be good for you guys to get notified. So let's take a look, right? So The Marvels is the worst performing MCU movie, but it's looking like, as per this report anyway, it is the worst performing superhero movie of all time. Now, I wonder whether that's... We'll take a look at the numbers, but I'm expecting that's to do with how much of a loss it has suffered. So it's important to note, and I'm just kind of coming back in here and just re-editing a little bit of this video. It's important to note Disney actually hasn't removed it from theatres, but they're handling it in a way, and I mean, quite frankly, sending out press notes to say we're winding it down, etc. Even though they haven't removed it from theatres, it's pretty apparent that this is where they're going. Like, it's very apparent they're about to remove it from theatres. And the fact that they're like, yeah, well, look, it's so bad we're just going to stop reporting numbers to you guys. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. But I thought I'd just kind of cut in here, reiterate, hey, they actually haven't removed it. But you might as well have at that point. And because you might as well have, they're probably just about to. But you'd think you'd keep it there simply just because people are going to be going to the theatres because of the holiday period. You'd think you'd eke out a little bit more. But I guess some of this is damage control as well, because the more people that see this, the more eyes that are on there, the more damaging it is to the brand of Marvel. So yeah, so it's learned that Disney expects the film to fail through the upcoming holiday at the box office, which means Marvel and the film will suffer a massive loss. So Variety reports that things are so bad with the Marvels that after less than a month of being released, Disney is going to stop releasing and reporting on the box office numbers to the press. That's hilarious. So the site reports that Disney has sent out a memo to the press stating, and this is so funny. This is so funny. I mean, if there ever was an admission, this is it. Why would you need to send a memo to the press? This is what it states. With the Marvels box office now winding down, we will stop weekend reporting of international and global grosses on this title. Fucking hell. So typically films see a boost at the box office during the holidays as people are off and children are out of school, so families like to go to the movies, which is just what I've said. Variety points out though, Disney is sending out the memo because Disney's not expecting the Marvels to generate notable revenue during the holiday break. So I guess, well, looking like they are not actually pulling it, but you might as well. You might as well pull it at this point. What are you doing? Insane. So it's also known that families skipped out on the Marvels. Little kids didn't go to see it, and girls and women especially. That's true. The opening weekend, I think it was like, 60 or 70% men. A staggeringly high number. So really only the small amount of diehard Marvel stan fanboys went to see the film. So Disney is of course halting the box office numbers. I mean, it's dead. But they do say that also means the Marvels has ended its box office run. Really? Is it going to be pulled from theatres then? Has it ended it? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's going to take such little numbers that they don't want it. They don't want to embarrass themselves with it, I guess. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. So let's take a look at what... Look at this for a headline. The Marvels ends box office run as lowest grossing MCU movie in history. So they're saying it is ended. There's nothing heroic about the final box office performance of The Marvels. The superhero sequel is officially the lowest grossing installment in the history of the MCU. Guys. It didn't even do $8 million at the domestic box office. Holy shit. $197 million globally. Wow. 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 I mean, this movie's lost somewhere in the region of $350 plus million. Unbelievable. And even Variety say, yeah, there'll typically be some optimism. Attendance could rebound over the holiday period, but Disney apparently doesn't expect that to be the case. The studio wrote on Sunday in a note to the press, with the Marvel's box office now winding down, we will stop weekend reporting of international global grosses on this title. The film is not going to be leaving theatres just yet. I mean, you might as well. So the 220 million plus budgeted tentpole. So this is how you figure it out, right? This movie to break even, if we're to believe this number, this is the only number that's been given to us, but if we're to believe the number, right? And they actually spent $270 million on it in the UK, but then they got a tax break, so it's 220. But I still think it's more than this, as an FYI. I'm pretty certain there is more in here, but let's just be kind. Let's take that into account. So $220 million to break even. It needs to hit somewhere in the region, just on production budget, $440 million. Right? Because the theatres take a sizable chunk of the cash. So you average it across the world, because there's different markets do different things, but you average it at 50%. So this movie has unequivocally lost, at the very least, $240 million. At the least. There's still a marketing budget to factor into that as well, which is, you know, they hope to recoup that from a film's performance. So yeah, you're looking at easy $300+ million loss. Staggering. So bad. So bad. I mean, it only took $2.4 million in its fourth weekend. So the Marvels opened on November 10th with $46 million domestic. So it's the worst debut in MCU. So bad. Hilarious though. Been saying for a while that these things have been winding down and the interest just isn't there. I mean, the fact that it couldn't even gross $100 million. That's so funny. You know what's funny about this? Is it's a sequel to a $1 billion movie. And it couldn't even gross $100 million domestic. That's laughably bad. I do think, and I've said this in another video, I hope, just because it'll be funny, that Aquaman sequel bombs as well. Because there'll be two sequels to $1 billion movies that just catapult into the ether of complete failure. And I wonder if that will indicate to people that maybe just the interest isn't there in these comic book, movies now. So let me know what you think down below. It's funny, I think, personally. So drop your thoughts there. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.